I'm so honored that you would spend an hour and a half with us and to allow us to honor the amazing Dr. George Fraser. And this small ceremony is just to pay homage to him and his amazing service to all of us, uh, to the craft, to business, to people. And so I thank you for coming. Before we start honoring him, I did want to thank Daniel from PNC Fairfax for allowing us to use the space and being gracious enough to host us. And the catering and everything, your facilities are fantastic. So Coda thanks you. And we want to give you a couple minutes to just kind of share any information you have about PNC.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. You guys enjoy the food today? Oh, man. Yeah, there we go. There we go. I love it. And I hate the recording, but I have to move. I'm trying to move a little bit, at least a little bit. Again, I think I introduced myself to everybody who I didn't already know, obviously. But I'm Dan Roberson. I'm the new executive director here at the PNC Fairfax Connection. If you don't know about us, let me tell y'all, we've been around for 12 years. And the Fairfax Connection is a free, one more time, free, I lied one more time, free community resource center here that's owned and operated by PNC Bank. So all our employees here are PNC Bank employees. I've been an employee myself for PNC for about January will be 15 years. I started in the retail world as a part-time teller, just looking for an opportunity to just have additional income. Loved everything I learned about financial education and empowerment, and thought, how come everybody that I know in my families and my community don't know about this? And so I worked myself up from a part-time teller to a branch manager. Did that for years. Met Michael Taylor, who I'm sure a lot of you know Michael Taylor, who hired me to be his community development officer for the last 5 years to interact with PNC and support the community initiatives across the board. Then this year I came here to the PNC Fairfax Connection because it's all about doing those same community development programs to support and empower people across the board. Affordable housing, economic development, small business, and community services and financial education. We do that all here in-house. So a lot of PNC's philanthropic efforts and power and ability and funds funnel through us so that we're able to do all that programming and workshops, inviting wonderful partners who I'm already talking to. Of course, Bianca, already telling her, Laura, I've been working with her, other people I've worked with. What can we do to support the community through great partnerships? So when Brad reached out to me, I'm just like, okay, say less. Say less. Like, just tell me when we need to do it, what time. So any opportunity that you have, let people know that we have a free, one more time, free, online, free community resource center here at PNC that's all about empowering people. So they sign up to be a member. Membership is completely free. And we have resources from adult programming, which include workforce development programs with partnerships that we work with, Reach Success, other partners. We have things as much as art and culture, such as yoga, such as chess club, even our one club, our knitting, our crochet club, that if I even tried to touch that, I would be beat down, right? They love the crochet club, I'm just saying. So we have a lot of programs with adult programs and also youth programs. For financial education, our piggy bank club. We also have our families in the kitchen. We're currently working with High Tech Academy right now to bring them in actually later this week. So I have a partnership. So I always try to think of how can we partner together to support the community. That's what it's all about, and that's what we do here at PNC Fairfax today. Thank you.
Thank you, Daniel. Next person I want to bring up is Mr. Bilal Akram, who is our fearless leader, Coda Magazine. And, Bilal is the tip of the spear. He is tearing down walls, blazing trails for us, and we would not be where we are if he did not dream up Coda Magazine. And so, as my business partner, as my fearless leader, I wanted to salute Mr. Akram for the incredible opportunity that he gave me to come in. He literally gave me the keys to the car, and it's not many leaders who say, listen, take it, I trust you. And because he trusts me, I do everything that I can to make the magazine the best that I can make it, because it's just not often that people say, I trust you. And so because of that, I am where I am. And so I thank you for that. And I want to have you come up as the CEO of the magazine and talk to him.
thank each and every one of you for being here. And it's an honor to be here on behalf of Brad and the rest of the Code M team. It's about 16 of us from as far away as Reno, Charlotte, Columbus, Atlanta, and just the Lord gave me the vision and having the support throughout the way, but emulating the path that this brother has blazed for us. I've admired George for many decades now, and he's always been the same. When I call George, he answers the phone. When I have situations and I don't know what to do, he sits down, we talk about it. He doesn't tell me what to do, but he shares stories. And from that you learn things that you can do and do better. So it was fitting that when we came time to talk about Man of the Year, that your name came up and it was exactly specific. I mean, you have knocked down walls, blazed trail, not just in Cleveland, not just in the United States, but all over the world. And for that, we admire you as well. Everyone in here, I have some connection to. I appreciate you. His brother right here, Cecil, gets me in trouble everywhere we go. We've been friends for many decades. Brother Ken Hale, my new live brother Antoine, brother Roger Grace, fellow firefighter, Bianca. Your organization is awesome. Stand up, Bianca. she has an organization, y'all, that y'all gotta meet her. She did an awesome event at Warrensville High School. How many kids were there? 198 young kids at Warrensville High School. I was one of the speakers, and it was such a blessing. They blessed me by talking to them. And when I picked the screen, I'm not gonna lie, when I got there, I'm like, when I got there, I was like, I should have been this. Brother Roosevelt, this is one of my young guys that he's a driver for me, but he also has a program that deals with mental health. He is a great young man. So everybody in here has organizations that they're doing. So after George talks and we get done taking pictures, I would love for you all to connect and talk about what you're doing. So because we gotta support each other. Right. This election showed us what time it is. We don't count. We don't count this. And the last thing I will say is Brad and I had the honor of joining an illustrious fraternity November 2nd, the fraternity of Alpha Phi Alpha, Fraternity Incorporated. We crossed, and from there, great brotherhood, love, a lot of brothers, Alpha brothers, please stand up. A couple of them just left too. So, they've been showing us nothing but love and support. It was a struggle. It was a journey. Sister Phyllis here. I met Sister Phyllis at a chaplain internship program I was involved with, and it was held at the Cuyahoga Boys Hills facility. So every Thursday I was going to the Cuyahoga Boys Hills facility, doors slamming behind me, locked up with the brother. But it was a 2-year chaplain internship program, and from there I met Sister Phyllis. You're a minister, correct? Yes. So it's just a pleasure to be here. And like I said, when I met Brad gave me the vision of the magazine before I told him. Literally, he told me what it could be, and he said, "Man, I can take you where you want to go." So my philosophy was 100% of nothing is what. And I knew he had the skill set because of his background. And ever since then, we've been riding together. When I say this is my brother, he got my back, I got his back, and literally we're Batman and Robin. And it depends on what. But it's not about ego, and it's not about who gets credit. The main thing is long as Code M wins, because we're trying to support. We are supporting our community and all the positive things that are happening in our community, not just in Cleveland, not just in Ohio, but in United States. We're being read in 15 countries internationally. And then, the only place that we don't go is keep on staying humble and being true to who we are. So I thank each and every one of you all for being here, and thank you, George, for accepting this honor. Thank you, Dan, for having us. You and your staff, I appreciate it. And have a good rest of your day.
Thank you, sir. When we decided on Man of the Year, it wasn't tough when we started talking about George. And, you know, I had the chance, I've known him and been able to go into his office and sit and get tutelage. And in the article that I wrote about George, I kind of likened him to the Oracle. Y'all know the movie The Matrix, right? So you know when you go there, you don't know why you're going, but you know you need to talk to him, right? George is kind of like the Oracle because he doesn't, like you said, he gives you lessons, talks to you. You don't know that when you left, it was the best conversation you had in a month. But he leaves you fulfilled, he leaves you encouraged, he teaches you, and he empowers you to affect change. And sometimes, you know, in an article like what I wrote is, you know, he's not there to teach you where to go. He's there to help you understand the why. You already made a decision, but he makes it concrete for you. And so, you know, you don't come across many men like this. And so we have to celebrate you. If we don't do this, who else will, right? So we have to support each other. You are amazing. I'm on your board. I know I haven't had a chance to do much the last few months because we were online and couldn't go anywhere. You couldn't talk to me. You couldn't post to social media. You couldn't call my mama. You couldn't do nothing. No, but I will be back. And so that's why I told your husband, I called him. I was like, look, bro, I can't help right now. But anyway, thank you for coming because she is amazing and blog. You are right. You know, this is by us, for us. We have to protect it. We want Code M to be the kind of magazine that you can advertise. You can come and tell your story. Use us to disseminate information. That's what we're here for. And so tonight we're here to honor George Fraser. I remember being in college, and I was like, what's this Fraser in that? What is this? I got this phone book, and I'm going through it, and I'm like, you know, in that time when you're 19 in college, I didn't know that this man would become a mentor of mine. Amazing figure that I can call. He answers my call. I mean, could you imagine a man of this stature being able to call him and say, George, I got a thought, or I have an idea. What do you think? And he's like, let's go. So it's just an amazing opportunity. I'm so blessed to be able to be the president of a magazine where I can interview, talk to, have fellowship with amazing people. I'm so lucky. And so tonight, we pay honor to an incredible person. I want to just show you our competition. No, I'm joking. This is 1994 doing this. Should have bought it. You could have signed it. Amazing. Amazing. Actually, the owner of the magazine is my mentor as well, so I'm not complaining about Black and Black. They helped me get to where I am today. But I wanted to show you this to you, to show you the longevity of who George Fraser is.
Look at the color of the hair.
He still has hair. I just got on and I was like,
Sorry,
this
George,
guy's
I'm
still
running
doing it.
to
Still doing it. You know, in any article we talk about your incredible physical stature and how 80 years old, still traversing airports, hotels, speaking, still saw across the country. He still turns down more than he accepts because he gets so many offers. The longevity, over 50 years of being able to teach, guide, help us with business, networking. You know, I don't know if you know this, Jordy, but I wrote another article talking about, you know, how we perceive ourselves. And I quoted you because you said, Brad, you have more conversations with yourself than anybody, than you ever will with anyone else. Right? You have to be careful how you treat yourself. These are the golden nuggets of life that this man gives you. The 10 minutes you walk into his office and you feel like a superstar. So I want to begin tonight by playing the first.
Hold on a second, Brad. Let me, before I forget, I want to make sure Donette, please stand up. Now, that's an incredible sister. Y'all might not have known her, but she's been in business and doing some amazing things over 40 years. 40 years. So, and these are our stories that we got to tell. You know, I just want to thank you.
All right, so we're going to cue the first video, and then we'll talk about it. And you owe me. I must have not driven down Carnegie Avenue here. I saw more buildings, including this one, and it's not new. All right? For the first time I've ever been in it, there's so much going on. Incredible city that we know and love called Cleveland. Short story about Cleveland. When I ran away from home in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, New York, from a family of 11, 8 boys and 3 girls, in orphanage youth and foster care, my mother became mentally ill. And he could say they couldn't take care of my father, terrible, he was often off to the foster care, senior foster care, 14 years. And when I aged out of foster care at 18 years old, I was young. I went back to the brownstone that my father had built in Bed-Stuy, early 1900s when he came to Guyana. My older brothers have already aged out 3 years, 4 years before me, my sister, that time. And they were heroin addicts and heroin users, quite popular, very good looking, quite popular. They ended up working time on Rikers Island, but while I was there at 18 years old, I said, I gotta get the hell out. Got on the Greyhound bus, and I came to Cleveland only because I had a sister who still living, she's 95. She took me in. And my first job in the Cleveland Clinic was in the basement of the Cleveland Clinic, doing laundry, washing the weather sheets and the uniforms for the doctors. Clinic, this was 57 years ago. Cleveland. One building had a stellar reputation, but there's only one brick building. And one afternoon, the summer I was out, I said, this place is so incredible. I don't know, I can't even imagine what it will look like 50 years from now. I did a recent trip. Bigger than this. It's incredible. So it is just so good to receive this honor among, friends, people of my age and ilk. I'm 80. I'm proud, so thankful, still in my life. And so to receive this at this moment in time, in the cold of the winter, in the winter season, I was talking with Captain that I love winter because of the season and or holidays because it reminds you of family. It reminds you of the people that you love. It's just a wonderful time. At that time. So thank you very much in this magazine. So what I'll do, the commitment I'll make, is I'm going to stay here if you want. I will sign every one of your magazines. Okay? Now, the only thing I'm not going to do is I'm not going to sign my face. I'm going to leave my face unscarred. So I prepared just a couple of notes. I cannot stand to speak to brothers and sisters without saying something, hopefully meant to do something. It was 1962. I'm running the streets of Harlem, 125th Street and Lenox Avenue, right down from the Apollo. And there's a young brother on the corner, on a soapbox, literally, was not Malcolm. I didn't know who he was, but he started gathering a crowd. So, out of curiosity, I walked over. His name was Stokely Carmichael, who later changed his name to Kwame Ture, and married the beautiful song stylist Miriam Makeba and moved to South Africa. But Stokely Carmichael
God wants you, whatever He wants, be obedient and follow His orders. And He said something so powerful on that afternoon that it actually changed the entire trajectory of my life. Now, I did not know that at the time. I was 17 years old. Hadn't even graduated from high school yet. But what he said buried into my subconscious mind and ordered my life for the next 60 years. I'm going to read to you what Stokely Carmichael said. It'll take less than a minute on that day. But first I have to put on the glasses. Stokely Carmichael, 1962. No black person in this country makes any advancement solely based on his or her talent or worth. All individual advancement is based on mass struggle. We make no progress in this world without shedding our blood. Therefore, your advancement and success does not belong to you. It belongs to the people. And if you do not use your success or advancement for the benefit of your people, it is a betrayal of the people who shed their blood for you. A house divided will not stand. Old keys will not open new doors. Ain't nobody saving black people but black people. It's been 400 years and we ain't saved. Who in the hell are we waiting for? Waiting for us. This is why I love what the Lao are doing. They are editorializing our story all the time. Their magazines will be in libraries and part of a meta legacy project for us to tell our stories. And you said it so succinctly and so beautiful. We have to tell our stories. We cannot depend on anyone else to tell our stories. And I'm appreciative. And there's so many stories. I mean, everybody here has a story. So, piece of advice. Write a book. Write a book of your story. I don't care. Now, with AI, you have no damn excuse. AI can help you with the proper prompts and the proper information, will write a book for you in less than 5 minutes. Publish it. Why is this so important, Dr. Fraser? It's important because someday you would like to have in your library or available to your children's children your story. Wouldn't it be wonderful that your great-great-great grandchildren go to their library and pull out a book and hear your thoughts and read your stories 100 years from now? Write your story. It is part of our legacy. There's something I'm very concerned about. And I hope you forgive me for talking about it, but I need to talk about it. Okay, good. It's deep and it's not being discussed. But right now, black family, the concept of black family is in an existential crisis. First they worked on black men. Now they're working on black family. And we are in an existential crisis. What do you mean by that, Dr. Fraser? Marriage in our culture at this moment in time, marriage is at 34%. Down from 85% when most of us were growing up. 34%, 71% of our women are now married, 29% will never get married, 66% of our men, 34% of them will never get married, 7% Why is that so important? It's important on a number of different levels, but most importantly in terms of clothing and income and wealth. How does that work? There's 5 major culture groups in this country. White folks, in terms of median household wealth, income, have been number 1 for 350 years. White folks are at the top. They're no longer at the top. They're number 3. Who's at the top? And what is the marriage rate within that culture group? East Indians are at the top at $124,000 of annual household income. What is the marriage rate in the East Indian community? 94%. Chinese Asians are number 2. What is the average household income? $109,000. What is the marriage rate? Nearly 70%. White people are 3rd at $81,000. What is the marriage rate in the white community in America? 57%. Hispanics are 4th at $63,000 a year. Marriage rate is 70%. We are 5th. $51,000 annual household income. Marriage rate 34%. And projected facts and statistics that within the next 20 years, if we don't fix this, it will be in the low teens. I'll wrap this thought up with this. Without couples, we have no families. Without families, we have no community. Without community, we have no tradition. And without tradition, you have no culture. This is an existential crisis. It is as important as developing and managing. You'll notice a lot of people want to meet first. Couples tonight. The first question I ask them, are you married? The first question. The brother with the sister. Yeah. I said, what kind of year you in? 13 years. There's nothing more important. There's nothing more important to our culture than family. We must rescue that. White people do not want to rescue that. I'm not hating on white people. Don't get it twisted. You cannot win a war without allies. Ask the Ukrainian. Ask Israel. And oftentimes those allies will not look like you. So we have to work on ourselves. Publishing, writing, taking responsibility. Knowing where the problem is and resolving that problem is critical to our people. Now, I wrote a little poem and teed up a little video, and that's all I'm gonna have to say. I wrote a little poem, I was thinking about it, and the title of the poem is "The Road to Success is Not Straight." The road to success is not straight. There is a curve called failure. There's a loop called confusion. Speed bumps called friends. Red lights called enemies. Caution lights called family. We will have flats, and they're called jobs. But if you have a spare, called ambition. An engine called consistency. Insurance called resilience. A driver called persistence. And a co-driver called God. You will make it to the place called success. That's basically the formula. Persistence, resilience, and ambition. Wherever I did or do, you can do too. And it's not true. Understand there will be obstacles. My favorite quote outside of the Bible is a quote by Marcus Aurelius. Marcus Aurelius is one of the 5 great Caesars. Marcus Aurelius said in 600 BC, before Christ, said the following: "The impediment to action advances the action. What stands in your way becomes the way." In other words, the obstacle He puts an obstacle in your way.
Amen.
And your job is to find a way over, around, through, and under that obstacle. Stumble, fall, make mistakes, and learn the lessons, and apply those lessons to the next assignment that God gives you. And when he gives you that assignment, what's the next thing God does? He puts an obstacle in your way. And again, your job is to find a way over, around, through, and under the obstacle. What is Dr. Fraser saying? He's saying obstacles do not block the path. Obstacles are the path. I eat obstacles for breakfast. Tell me I cannot do something. It's just an obstacle. Finally, there's an interesting study published about 5 years ago. I found it on. It was by the New England Journal of Medicine, a longitudinal study on the 3 most productive periods of our life. Number 3, the 3rd most productive period of your life is between 50 and 60. The 2nd most productive period of your life is between 70 and 80. And the 3rd most productive period of your life is between 60 and 70. In other words, between 0 and 49, you haven't done shit. All you're doing is getting prepared to do the best work of your life in the final 30 years of your life. So there is still time. Still time. Now I'll be 80 in 5 months, so I'm closer to 80 than I am to 79. And I'm still thinking, I'm still trying to get things done.
Amen.
So are you. You would be here. You're still active, you're proactive, you're reactive, you are doing things. This is critically important. My wife asks me all the time, George, when are you going to retire? I said, I'm going to retire when I fall dead in my grave and die in it. Then you can know I'm retired. But as long as I can breathe and I'm in my right mind and I have energy, I will be working because God has put us here to work. That's our job, to work. We all have work to do. You still have work to do. You're raising children, helping to raise grandchildren. There's work to do. There's lessons to teach. Now, and I'll finish, this is the final point. The big thing I'm working on right now at this stage in my life is to provide two aspirational goals for young people. To start and to build businesses. To create work and jobs for our people. So that at some point in time in the next 100 years, we too can become the number 1 employer of our own people. Jews are the number 1 employer of Jews. Ethiopians are the number 1 employer of Ethiopians. Asians are the number 1 employer of Asians. We too must become the number 1 employer of our own people that will help close the income divide. Along with marriage, it was 2. You notice that the higher the household income, the higher the marriage rate. You have 2 people working on wealth versus 1. So, what can we put good education and create a job. Create a job for yourself, create a job for your children, and God gives you the power and the glory to create working jobs for our people. So, instead of having the aspiration existed baseball, football, basketball Hall of Fame in a museum, or get an Academy Award, an Emmy Award, a Grammy Award. How about something different? How about being inducted into the Minority Business Hall of Fame? Not the Minority Business, the Black Business Legacy Hall of Fame Museum. You realize that there are 110 Black History museums in America. I visited 80 of those museums, and there's very little recognition of the contribution that Black people have made to capitalism in this country. And the businesses, you see something about Madam C.G. Walker, you see something about Booker T. Washington, George Washington Carver, and that's it. Well, that story is shallow, but it's much deeper and it's much bigger than that. So that's foundation one. Foundation two, I'm negotiating and talking to historically Black colleges. And I'm telling them that the 350 white colleges and universities in America that confer an entrepreneurial degree. You can get a degree in entrepreneurship. There is no historically Black college in America where you can get a degree in entrepreneurship. White people are all over that. I've got at least two universities, historically Black college universities, that are interested in conferring a degree in entrepreneurship. Those are two foundational things. So I'll put a pin in it. This little 90-second video will give you a 30,000 view of why and what the Black Business Legacy Hall of Fame will look like and where it will be in our lifetime.
The battle for us for the battlefield is a lack of goals and destination, a lack of criticism with the constructive flavor in our community, lack of passion and anger, the lack of collective output and multiple leadership. That's what it has resulted in.
For over 250 years, we focused on our fight for freedom and spent the next 100 years fighting Jim Crow and for the promise of justice, equity, and inclusion. Now, it is time to inject Dr. King's final message of economic empowerment into our narrative. For the next 100 years, we must focus on economics to mitigate the enormous black and white wealth gap and the effects of economic apartheid. Despite the fact that there are 110 Black history museums in America, none exclusively focuses on our contribution to capitalism, entrepreneurship, and business. Over 20 years ago, one man, Dr. George C. Fraser, had a vision to create a business ecosystem that would acknowledge, celebrate, and incubate Black business excellence. Introducing the Black Business Legacy Hall of Fame Museum and Metaverse and Global Entrepreneurship Center. The 200,000 square foot multi-level museum and global center will be an iconic structure built in Atlanta, Georgia, showcasing historical legacy of African American entrepreneurship and innovation. Black Business Legacy Hall of Fame Museum and Metaverse will leverage immersive technology to showcase multi-themed pavilions reflective of our past and present global black entrepreneurs and innovators. Visitors will be enthralled by the Black Business Metaverse world, built to provide an immersive and fully interactive experience that opens up endless possibilities for entrepreneurs, business owners, and content creators. The Global Center for Advancement of Entrepreneurship will recognize, incubate, and accelerate black entrepreneurship and provide a transformative learning experience where black entrepreneurs can live, collaborate, focus, and innovate to develop an economic mindset and build sustainable wealth. Over time, the Black Business Hall of Fame and Museum will become a powerful new raison d'être, reason for being, for global communities worldwide, setting the standard for generations to come.
He said, but George, don't do it now. I said, why? He said, on the mall in Washington, D.C., there's a large piece of land that has been allocated for the African American Museum of History and Culture. And we are now all being lobbied, all the major black businesses, white businesses, we are being lobbied to contribute funds to that. So it is not a good time. They are number one. That idea was seeded by Miriam McLeod Bethune and Mary Terrell in 1916 when she asked Herbert Hoover to do it. He agreed. 2016, that museum opened. It took 100 years. So Earl said, put it in storage and bring it out at the right time. It's now the right time.
So George, thank you. Thank you for the video. Thank you for the conversation. And thank you for your knowledge and guidance. Thank you for being the man you are, for having the courage to follow the vision. When there was no road there, you made the path, you made it. And we appreciate you. And on behalf of CODEM, we want to give you this plaque to hang in your office with your other plaques that's there to let you know it's a simple token of our gesture, just to let you know we honor you, love you, and we appreciate you. I do. I have.
But let's take a picture. What I find out later, comes together. Okay? Let's do it, Black. Like marijuana. Okay.
Everybody want to come up?
And when I say this man answers the phone, he'll text you back. He's my mentor.
In the museum. You want a museum? In the museum.
I heard about this museum maybe about a year ago. George was sharing it with me. Oh, it's 2 years. 3 years. Okay. Come on in, Missy. Come on in. Y'all come on in.
This is history. This is history. Oh, that's good.
We show up books.
Absolutely. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. That is a good idea. There you go. Let me hold the plaque. Oh, yeah. The plaque up here. Get behind. You get the picture. I'm gonna get this. Here, man, come on in here, brother. You wanna hold that big, portrait? Bring that up here. That might take a little.
All right, everybody. If you can't see this, you can't see you. So in the back, you can't see this. I need you to move your head a little bit. Move your head. Cool. Here we go, guys. 1, 2, 3.
And silver is our photography. Y'all need pictures of Tyler. We gonna take them around the world with that white man. One for the ages. Yes.
It's gonna be in the George Fraser Pavilion at the casino.
All right, guys. Can we get big smiles? 1, 2, and 3. Can I have that roll that's behind Dr. Fraser? Y'all kind of like on the count of 3, you go down like this a little bit. Is that too much? All right. I want to see people in the back. That's all. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Pop down. All right. Thank you.
All right, and real quick, I want to introduce Dennis Officer. Dennis is a childhood friend of mine. Dennis has a vision. He's working on, what is he working on?
Oh, the great family neighbors. Yeah. What is it? The greatest family neighbors do on inspired by you. He's the one in the first mall.
I want to introduce Ken Griffin. Ken is new to Cleveland. Ken is the CEO of Carolina. It's a health organization. So let's give him a warm welcome, y'all. I thank you all for coming out, and we appreciate it. And George, thank you for being who you are. And absolutely, I love you, sir.
How are you? What's going on, brother? Doing all right?
Sorry to both. I'm sorry. One quick second. I want to thank y'all very much for coming to the ENC Fairfax Connection. I would be remiss if I did not thank my executive assistant, Amanda Totten, who held everything down.
Hey, everybody, listen real quick. I want to let you know where we are, what we're doing. Today, I am here on location to celebrate the visionary leader, renowned author, and esteemed speaker, George C. Fraser. He was named the Code M Magazine 2024 Man of the Year, a recognition benefiting his lifelong dedication to empowering individuals and transforming community. As founder of Fraser Inc. and the mastermind behind the Power Networking Company, Fraser has consistently championed the ideals of professional networking, economic development, and empowerment, and leadership development, particularly within the African American community. Now, Code M Magazine, prestigious award honors Fraser's unparalleled contributions to fostering connections and uplift and inspire. Through his trailblazing books like Success Runs and Outpace and Click, Fraser has illuminated pathways for countless professionals to achieve their potential while contributing to collective progress. His vision of connecting the best and the brightest reflects his steadfast commitment to economic equality, equity, and empowerment. As the 2024 Man of the Year, Fraser joins an esteemed range of leaders celebrated for their ability to drive impact and inspire future generations. This honor underscores his enduring legacy, we feel hope, wisdom, and transformative action. I hope you have a chance to check this out. Thank you again to Brad Bowling and everyone a part of the Code M magazine. Bilal, you too, I will look at you as well. Thank you both of you all for your good work. Code M magazine. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know about Code M magazine, be sure to check it out in the description of this broadcast, or you can go to codemmagazine.com. Go check that out. CodeMagazine.com to learn more about this magazine, to see how you can be part of the subscription, if you have articles that you want to check out, and then you can share this information also digitally, so you can share it across the city, across the state, across the country, and across the world. Hey, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.